Moin moin und hallo ihr lieben Gaming-Freunde, schön, dass ihr wieder dabei seid, denn es ist wieder soweit eine neue Folge 30 Minuten mit startet, wo ich euch Spiele aus der großen Spielebibliothek von A bis Z vorstelle, wie man sie halt in den ersten 30 Minuten erlebt. Und heute möchte ich mit euch, ja, sagen wir mal, ein kleines Schmankerl anzocken, und zwar ist es Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker in der HD-Edition für die Xbox 360 auf der Xbox Series X. Und ja, schauen wir uns mal gemeinsam an. Vielleicht habt ihr den Teil ja verpasst und wollt ihn noch nachholen. Oder einfach mal reinschauen, dann seid ihr genau hier richtig, denn hier könnt ihr Spiele vergleichen und so weiter und so fort. Denn die Spielebibliothek ist ja stetig am Wachsen und ja, mit eurer Unterstützung würde sie noch ein wenig mehr wachsen, und dafür wäre es schön, wenn ihr ein Abo da lasst und einen Daumen nach oben und ja, mir auf Twitch folgt. Das ist alles, was ich will. Entschuldigung, was ich möchte, damit die Spielebibliothek am Wachsen ist und wird und bleibt und so weiter. Aber jetzt wollen wir auch das Spiel starten, denn nach dem kleinen Cold Opener geht's los. So, da sind wir auch schon wieder und starten die 30 Minuten. Ja, genau jetzt mit Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker HD Edition. So, was hat das Spiel denn zu bieten? Wollen wir mal schauen? Mit euch gemeinsam. Ja, das passt. Inhalt wird gespeichert und wir wollen natürlich ein neues Spiel starten. Steuerungsart auswählen, Shooter. Machen wir das mal. Einstellungen, Waffenwahl, ausrüsten, entfernen. Wir lassen das mal im Standard. Da haben wir die Aktionstaste. Den Rest werden wir rausfinden, denke ich mal. Sollte ja nicht so schwer sein. Ist ja ein Spiel.
Wanna go around?
So, dann will er jetzt mit mir kämpfen. Kein Problem. Okay.
Look alive, ladies! The boss is gonna join us! Show him how it's done, boss! Your first priority in enemy territory is knowing your surroundings. Your life depends on where you are looking and how fast you can identify your targets. Therefore, you must first master moving your line of sight. To move your line of sight, use the right stick. Now, when I give you an order, look in that direction. Look up! Good! Look down! Good! You should be familiar with the up and down controls now. Press the action button if you're ready to move on. All right, let's try up and down on the right stick one more time.
Okay.
Look up! Good! Look down! Good! You should be familiar with the up and down controls now. Press the action button if you're ready to move on. Okay. Next, we'll check your left and right. Look right. Good. Look left. Good. You should be familiar with the left and right controls now. Press the action button if you're ready to move on. All right, let's try left and right on the right stick one more time. Look right. Good. Look left. Good. You should be familiar with the left and right controls now. Press the action button if you're ready to move on.
Ich will aber nicht inventiert.
Okay. You can change the controls anytime in Options. Go with the method that works best for you. Next, I'll explain how to change stances. If you just stand there like an idiot in front of an enemy, you might as well kill yourself now! At times, you will need to get low to avoid detection. You have 3 stances: stand, crouch, and lying down. To change stances, use the crouch button. Tap the crouch button to change between standing and crouching. You can move in either stance. Hold the crouch button and keep it held to lie down. However, you cannot move while you are lying down. I'll say that again. You cannot move while lying down. Is that clear? Good. Next, we'll work on your movement. Use the left stick to move around. Tilt it a little to walk slowly. Tilt farther to run. Decide which to use based on your situation. Remember that your footsteps are louder when running, making you easier to discover. Be careful!
Aye, aye.
Good! Now we have rolling. Rolling is useful for knocking down enemies in your way, and for getting away when surrounded. You can also use it to jump over small ditches and other obstacles. To roll, tap the crouch button while running. You got that? Tap the crouch button while running! Don't forget it! Boss, roll by tapping the crouch button while running with the left stick. That's it! Next, I will explain how to attack without gunfire. You may run into an enemy unexpectedly. You may not have a weapon on you, or you may be out of ammo. You'll still need an effective attack strategy. One well-placed strike and the enemy won't know what hit him. To strike an enemy, press the attack button while standing still. On my command, press the attack button repeatedly and take down your opponent.
Yes, sir.
Go!
I'm ready, boss.
That is incorrect, boss! Press the attack button without moving, boss! That is incorrect, boss!
Angriffstaste.
That is incorrect, boss!
Was denn?
I'll explain it again! To strike an enemy, press the attack button while standing still. On my command, press the attack button repeatedly and take down your opponent! Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Mach ich doch. Prügel ihn doch die Scheiße aus dem Leib.
That is incorrect, boss! That is incorrect, boss! Press the attack button without moving, boss!
Was war das denn?
That is incorrect, boss! Ah, time to move on! Next, we're gonna practice using the stun rod. Hitting someone with the stun rod will shock them with 1.5 million volts. Anyone on the receiving end of that is guaranteed to be out cold. To use the stun rod, press the aim button to ready it, then press the attack button. You'll be glad to know we're using mock stun rods for this training session. When your partner attacks, make him believe it's the real deal. Prepare yourself for stun rod training. Go! That is incorrect, boss! Fine work, boss! Now we'll move on to CQC. CQC, or Close Quarters Combat, refers to when engaging an enemy in battle at very close range. It is a quick and efficient way of eliminating a threat. There are various CQC techniques. We will go over each of them. Don't get cocky because you think you know them. This will be different from what you're used to. Pretend you are learning it for the first time. The first technique is throwing your opponent. To do this, position yourself near your opponent and press the attack button while you tilt the left stick. Be sure to press the attack button when the icon appears. Now, wait for my command and throw your opponent. Go!
I'm ready,
Das
boss.
haben wir ja schon geschafft gerade.
That is incorrect, boss!
Was? Linker Stick.
That is incorrect, boss!
War doch richtig.
Impressive, boss! Next, I'm going to teach you how to restrain an opponent close to you. This is a cornerstone of CQC. Grab hold of an enemy, and the bastard's life is in your hands. What you do from there is up to you. Just know that if you restrain him for too long, the average person will most likely pass out. Something to keep in mind. Let's begin. To restrain your opponent, hold down the attack button while near them. Restrain your opponent on my command. Go!
Okay.
I'm ready, boss.
Impressive, boss! Now we will throw your opponent after restraining them. To throw an enemy to the ground, press a direction on the left stick when you have them restrained. Restrain your opponent and throw them on my command. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Impressive, boss! Now we will try CQC against multiple enemy opponents. You can also take out a group of enemies by throwing an opponent you have restrained. First, restrain an opponent by pressing the attack button near them. Then, tilt the left stick to throw them. By tilting the left stick toward other enemies, you can send your captive flying straight into them. On my command, restrain and then throw your opponent. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
That is incorrect, boss!
So war richtig.
Fantastic! Again! Go!
Nochmal. Alles klar. Haha.
Fantastic! All right! Why don't we do something special since the boss is here? Anyone who feels like getting their ass kicked, step forward. Don't hold back, boss. When you're surrounded by multiple enemies, you'll have to take them on one after the other. To do it, simply press the attack button again while throwing the current enemy. Just be sure to wait for the icon to appear. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears!
Start talking.
Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears!
Durch doch!
Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! I'll explain it again! When you're surrounded by multiple enemies, you'll have to take them on one after the other. To do it, simply press the attack button again while throwing the current enemy. Just be sure to wait for the icon to appear.
Ah, okay.
Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Next. Next.
Trippel!
Fantastic! Again! Go!
So, jetzt aber. Warten wir, bis sie schön nah dran sind.
Next. Next.
Sehr schön, alle drei.
Fantastic! And
Platt
stop!
gemacht. And stop!
That's it for today! Thank you, boss!
Können wir
Snake!
starten mit der Mission, denke ich. Juhu!
What's going on, Kaz?
We've got guests.
Time to move.
Don't worry, it's not our friends from Langley. I brought him. Made sure we won't follow.
Thank you, big boss.
Call me Snake.
Sorry, Vic boss.
Listen up. For us, there is no victory.
But in revolution, doesn't one triumph or die?
We don't do either.
Here.
Ah, thank you. I feel like a new man. There's no coffee like Costa Rican coffee. So, what brings a distinguished scholar from the Costa Rican government to Colombia?
Professor Galvez comes from Costa Rica's University for Peace.
You see, over the past year, there have been sightings of an armed group in Costa Rica. They're not ours, of course.
Costa Rica doesn't have an army.
Correct. Article 12 of our Constitution states that the Army as a permanent institution is abolished.
The Peace Constitution.
You think it's rebels who fled Nicaragua?
No, they don't appear to be guerrillas. They're far too organized.
What's your government's take?
The authorities in San Jose claim it's a multinational security firm, hired by the Development Corporation of Costa Rica. Lies, obviously. They're bringing in state-of-the-art weaponry and equipment by the shipload.
Where'd they get that kind of cash?
I fear La CIA may be involved.
The CIA.
As you both know, the United States views Central America as its backyard. Even after Cuba, we've managed to maintain a delicate balance with the U.S.
And
your government, kid. Just give him the boot.
We are not allowed to bear arms.
Japan's constitution has something similar. Article 9. It says Japan renounces war and can't maintain an army.
I understand that you and your men have neither state nor ideology. That you will fight any foe. Please, you must drive them out of our defenseless country. We come to you, the Militaires Sans Frontières.
So, you want to hire us?
Yes, as our deterrent. We can't afford to pay much, it's true. But we can offer you this. A forward operating base. An offshore plant in the Caribbean.
Sounds pretty good to me. This place is becoming a mess anyway. Snake, we need someplace we can settle down.
The governments agreed to cooperate. Unofficially, of course.
A chopper for transport would be nice too.
I'll see what I can do.
Hold it. You seem to think we're just a pack of dogs of war. Is that right?
Yes, that's what I've heard. You're an army without a state.
No, we've only left our countries behind.
Please, you must help us.
If your suspicions are true, force isn't gonna do any good. You'll have to find a political solution.
The government's hands are tied.
Go back to your bosses in San Jose. Tell them if they want, I'll introduce them to a negotiator I know.
No. I'm not here on their behalf.
So, what are you doing here?
For over 20 years, I've preached the virtues of peace at multiple universities. Tonight, I stand before you as an educator. This is my student. She came to me to study peace. Her name is Paz. Paz Ortega.
Paz. Peace.
No kidding. That's my name too. Kazuhira. It's Japanese for peace. Pleased to meet you, Paz. Call me Kaz.
They've got a supply port north of Puerto Limon, a town in la Costa del Mar Caribe. A few days ago, Paz stumbled upon that facility while searching for a lost friend. She was captured. She's only a child, 16 years old. They did terrible things to her, but somehow she managed to escape.
Oh, thank God.
She's huérfana. Her mother died when she was small, and she lost her grandparents in the Civil War. She hates war with a passion like no other.
My name is Paz, and I will do anything to protect my namesake. It is my one and only purpose. Please, get them out of my country. Make them leave Costa Rica.
Sorry, kid.
We know who you are, Big Boss. That is why we've come to you.
Miller here. Do you copy, Snake? I see you've landed. That makes one giant leap for us.
Normal. Das wollten wir. Oder ich jedenfalls.
I'm sending this from the offshore plant, our mother base. The signal is unidirectional. I'll be giving you commands and advice through this channel. Keep your headphones on at all times and pay attention. Also, make sure no one else can listen in. Snake, are you
Munition.
clear on the controls? Take a minute to refresh your memory. Use the left stick to move. Use the right stick to adjust your view.
Ja, ja, da werden wir mit.
To change your
Granate.
settings, use the start button to open the menu. There's no one around. Why not try some shooting practice? Select a target and squeeze off a round or two. Press the X and B buttons while holding RB to switch weapons. Ready your weapon with LT, then press RT to fire. How about a little shooting practice? Try hitting a coconut. Select equipment by pressing the X or B button while holding LB.
Ey, das ist doch strange. Wieso? Normal, normal, da, normal, so.
To check your map,
So.
press the start button to open the menu.
Map haben wir hier. Zielort ist da oben. Und wir sind irgendwo anders. Okay. Wir müssen da
The
irgendwie hoch. Die
M16 is
Tür
a standard
aufmachen,
assault
genau.
rifle, capable of rapid fire. The facility you're headed for is past that fence. A grenade should be able to take out that gate. Grenades explode. You throw them, Snake. Use LT to ready throwing weapons. Once you've readied the weapon, throw with RT. When using throwing weapons, hold the attack button down longer to throw farther. You won't throw the weapon until you let go of the button.
Okay, wir müssen Granaten auswählen. Und dahin schmeißen.
Snake, don't you think you could use a little more practice?
Alles erledigt, kein Problem.
I gotta thank you for agreeing to this, Snake. Man, am I glad to be out of here. Finally, we can leave all that crap in San Geronimo behind. And break into the mercenary business for real. Let me guess. You're doing it for her, aren't you? For her.
Are they still here?
Come on, Snake. This could be good for us. They're willing to give us an offshore plant, a place we can finally put down some roots. This is our chance to expand MSF.
We don't need a place to stay, guys. We're nomads. We always will be.
What? You'd rather keep wandering from conflict to conflict? Tools in the hands of whoever's fighting at the time?
The second we settle down, who's to say we won't become the warmongers?
Listen to me, Snake. We're not mercenaries. We're not a foreign legion. MSF's a business. A new kind of business. Look, it's not like we're trying to start a war here. All we need to do is find out who this security company really is.
Come on, Kaz. It's pretty obvious that they're backed by the CIA.
Wait a sec. That would mean...
Our friend, the professor, is likely KGB.
I see.
We'd be making an enemy of our homeland.
And there'd be no turning back.
Ah, this damn thing won't light.
Huh?
Put on some coffee, Kaz. It's time for a little chat with the professor.
I was a heavy smoker. When I got my medal from the Secretary General, he gave me this prosthetic hand as well. But smoking was ruining my lungs, so I quit. I've not had much use for it since. It's quite an honor to meet the legendary Big Boss.
That's just a code name the CIA made up.
Then perhaps I should call you John.
I don't have a name. Stop using that code name you liked so much 10 years ago. What about you, comrade? What do they call you back at Center?
Well then, allow me to get straight to the point. Land as slim as a whip, hot as torture.
That's the Chilean poet, Neruda.
Central America is the navel of the American continents, bridging north and south. We want this land. We'll build a socialist stronghold, then use it to split the Americas in two.
America would lose its backyard.
And with it, its economic production, shipping lanes, and strategic value. We, on the other hand, would gain a base from which all of Latin America would be well within our reach. He who controls Central America will win this Cold War. First comes Nicaragua, toppling the pro-American Somoza regime. In preparation, we've begun instigating anti-Somoza sentiment and providing aid to the Sandinista National Liberation Front.
You're manipulating Sandinista into overthrowing Somoza for you.
After the revolution, Nicaragua will become a socialist state.
You think America's just gonna let that happen?
Certainly not. After all, the CIA is already here.
And that's the armed group inside Costa Rica.
Precisely. It's clear that they've been sent in to disrupt our efforts across the border in Nicaragua. Simply put.
Aber meine lieben Damen und Herren, ob wir das jemals verhindern können, das steht noch in den Sternen. Denn leider sind die 30 Minuten rum. Tja, ich wollte euch ja auch nur einen kleinen Vorgeschmack auf das Spiel geben. Was passiert, wenn ihr es selber zocken würdet in den allerersten 30 Minuten. Ja, und hoffe, ihr habt Gefallen dran gefunden. Vielleicht wollt ihr es noch nachholen oder einfach nur mal schauen, was für ein Titel das ist. Wie gesagt, ihr seid hier absolut richtig bei der großen Spielebibliothek von A bis Z, denn ihr könnt die Spiele vergleichen, anschauen. Ja, eigentlich gemacht für euch, damit ihr da was von habt und ja, damit ihr auch was zum Vergleichen habt und zum Nachschauen. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, könnt ihr gerne ein Abo da lassen, einen Daumen nach oben da lassen und mir bei Twitch folgen. Und wenn ihr Bock habt, die Spielebibliothek anderweitig ein wenig zu unterstützen, dann könnt ihr das in der Videobeschreibung lesen. Denn, wie gesagt, ich möchte, dass die Spielebibliothek noch sehr, sehr groß wird und stetig am Weiterwachsen ist. Und dadurch kann ich jede Unterstützung gebrauchen. Von daher vielen Dank. Auch einen Riesendank an alle Unterstützer bis jetzt. Ihr habt mir wirklich echt geholfen, sonst wäre ich nie so weit gekommen. Bald knacken wir die 400 Spiele und ja, dann geht's weiter auf die 500. Hoffe ich ja mal. Von daher, bis zum nächsten Mal. Bleibt mir treu. Bye, bye.